How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to go through 5 keys that are heating up. And what do I mean by heating up? I mean they are going up. I feel like after the big boom and everything kind of spiked through, spring, early summer, and then it had a huge drop off. I think now we're getting close to the bottom of a lot of these keys, and now they're having that little tick up. So let's look at these 5 books that are having the little uptick. I've been really busy so far, but I wanted to get this video out to you. Our auction is going on right now, so it's pretty nerve-wracking making sure everything works and all that kind of stuff. But I got the video here for you guys. A little late, but I got it. All right, let's look at those 5 books. First up, we got All-Star Comics 58. This is the first appearance of Power Girl. So the way I like to do this is I like to look at the previous month's average compared to the current month's average. So we need a full month. So we have December as the previous month, and the current month would obviously be January because we just started February. And we got a 9.2 averaging 293 in December, now currently averaging 321. That is up 10%. A 9.4 up 11% from 384 to 425. And then a 9.6 averaging 608 in December, now averaging 307, up 16%. And if you look at the graph up there, you can kind of see where the comic boom was. And then there's that tiny little uptick. So obviously first appearance Power Girl, pretty huge character in the DC universe. Now, it's going up. I think there's not really anything major, news or anything like that. I mean, it is basically a derivative of Supergirl, but I just think that it's going to be one of those books that's kind of like up and down. Like you could buy it now and then tomorrow, or next month's prices could drop a little bit just because I think the way that this book will be is this kind of like this. But I think it'll steadily go up over time. So I think this is still a good book to get regardless. All right, next up, we got Mr. Miracle #1. This is the first appearance of Mr. Miracle. And, we got an 8.5 up 10% from 264 to 290, a 9.2 up 4% from 360 to 375, and then a 9.4 sold on average in December for 625. Now that is 760 up 22%. And if you look at the graph, you can see just, went way down and then way up. But again, there's really no news on this book. I think it's obviously a DC key, Mr. Miracle, first one, Jack Kirby, stuff like that. But I think this is going to be one of those books where, it's just going to be going up and down every other month. I don't think there's going to be a clear, steady incline. So if you want the book, get the book. I think it's after it had a huge boom from the comic boom. And so I think there's prices are pretty low right now. And I think in a year from now, it'll be higher on average than it is today. All right, next we got up The Cat #1. A 6.5 is up 23% from 139 to 172. A 7.0 is up 9% from 140 to 153. And a 9.0 went from 340 in December to 342, only up 1%, so barely at all. If you look at the graph up there, you can kind of see that it's just kind of, not really much data there. I don't know about this book. I mean, yeah, it's on the list because I looked at everything and it's going up. But again, there's really no news on it, why it was going up. Maybe some people are thinking that she will transfer over from the Daredevil TV show over the MCU. I don't know. But in any case, I don't know. This is a Bronze Age key, and it's not her first appearance. That would be Avengers 144, but it is her first solo book, so they have that going for it. Bronze Age key, I still think it was a good buy, but don't expect this thing to shoot to the moon. Next, we got a very interesting one. This is the biggest one on the list, and you're thinking, well, isn't the biggest one the 5th one, not the 4th one that I'm doing? Yes. But the 5th one's a little different. I just want to show you some things. But for the 4th one, this is the biggest jump I think I've ever seen in a month or close to it. We got a 130% jump from 1 month to the next. Pretty crazy. Okay, what book am I talking about? I am talking about Fear number 19. This is the first appearance of Howard the Duck. And if you look down here at an 8.0 in December, averaged $76, shot up to 175, up 130%. Yes, 130% in one single month. An 8.5 averaged 160 in December, then currently averages 189. That's up 18%, and a 9.4 up 13% from 400 to 450. If you look at the graph up here, you can see that it's just kind of pretty much steadily going up. There was no real comic boom, then dropping it down, just kind of steadily going up. Now, the 130%. That's just because I've said this before. If you're looking for a book, look for a good deal, because you make most of your money when you buy the book. Just like if you buy a house or anything like that, you make your money when you buy, when you get in. That's where you make. So if you can get a good deal from the beginning, then you set yourself in a good position. So that $76 one, that was probably just in auction, or maybe someone had it up. $76 is an odd number. So probably was an auction. No one really saw it. It went for cheap. That's it. And then it sold the month later. Same grade, maybe not the same issue, sold for $175. That's probably just a buy it now, and someone saw it and they liked it and they wanted it, right? So they paid a premium for that. That's not normally how it happens. So that's just how it happened. But overall, I think this book is slowly, steadily going up. Bronze Age Key, first Howard the Duck. I still think it's a good buy. A year from now, I think it will be worth more than whatever it is today. All right, last one on the list, which is technically the biggest jump, but I moved the numbers a little around. I'll explain what I'm talking about. Before I do, if you haven't subscribed already, please think about subscribing. Helps out the channel. And let's look at the last one. This is going to be a big one. This is up 181%. Yes, 181%. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about Ghost Rider number 1. And if we look down here, a 7.5 sold on average for $7.99 last month, now sells for $8.29, up 4%. A 9.0 is up 17% from $11.38 to $13.33. And here's the number I'm talking about, up 181%. Now, why? It looks a little different. It's a 9.8, but if you look at it, I looked at August's numbers and compared it to today's numbers. Now, why did I do that? Why did I all of a sudden change things around? Well, because the August numbers was pretty much the previous high for this book at the time. None really sold before. There's no one that sold a month prior. It was all pretty much, when you get to 9.8, there's not that many of them, so they don't sell that often. And I just wanted to show this for one reason, because you look, a 9.8 previous high was 9,400 back in August, right around the comic boom. And now it sells for $26,000. $26,000. So yes, there is still increases happening and records being shattered, completely shattered. So I think, this book has been really heating up, and I think it's a good book to get regardless. And that's pretty much it for this show. Have a good rest of the weekend, and don't forget to check out my auctions, collectorscomics.com. Have a good day.